Just hit publish.
Good morning, so glad to see you. Love is in the air, it fills the room. Good morning to you. Good morning. Life is full of gifts. We are blessed to be here with you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning.
Good morning, Sacramento Center for Spiritual Living. We are the One Love Band, and we're so happy to be here this morning with you. And we are going to do a little sing-along. We're hoping you'll join in. It's something really easy.
Little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
goodness, I just love our One Love band. Do we just love them? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So good morning. I'm Reverend Sharon Dunn Alberg, the senior minister here and the spiritual director of the Sacramento Center for Spiritual Living, where we believe that, am I on? On? No, there I am. Where we believe that I'm on. Woohoo! I'm so grateful you're here. And if you're here for the first time, we welcome you. And please do come back, because we are building a spiritual community center right here. And this is our fellowship hall, and behind the curtain is not Oz, but rather our sanctuary that we are building, that we are renovating. So stay tuned. We're going to grow and fill this house up. So thank you so much for being here. I'd like to get started with an invocation, which is a prayer to open our morning together. We do a benediction at the end to kind of close. And then we sandwich that with a spiritual mind treatment, which is what we consider in our teaching our affirmative prayer. And that's a whole 5-step treatment. So it doesn't matter how you pray, you are welcome here. So I invite you to breathe. Just be here now. Just let go of everything that took for you to get here and where you're going afterwards. Literally just be here now. As we recognize that there's one power, one presence that we call by many names. Yahweh, the Great Spirit, God, the One Mind, Infinite Source. Whatever you call it, just call it. It always answers. And this Creator creating creation created each one of us. And that creation, that who we are-ness connects us to each other. And I mean everyone. No one is left out of the oneness of this connection. And so soul to soul, we find that we can absolutely love one another. We see beyond whatever else is unlike that loving presence. And we give focus to what is good, to what is love, light, as we heard in the music, harmony, peace on earth. And so I'm so grateful to open this beautiful service this morning, where we are so blessed by our music, hopefully the message that comes through, Spirit's voice, our sound system, our sound production team that blesses us with all of this technology. For the children, for the people that have been here, that are not here today, and for the people that are coming, I give thanks for the blessings of it all. And so please join me as we say together, and so it is. So I get to bring our band back. Do we want to do the readings first? Would you? Okay. I'm going to move them along.
No, I just did.
Oh, you did. Good. So when you see Ernest Holmes, Dr. Ernest Holmes, he is the founder and teacher of our philosophy, religion, and science combination here. Good morning, love. Good to see you. So the reading from Dr. Ernest Holmes, who gave us this beautiful teaching, he says, "And let us not forget the importance of keeping our minds in a state of good-natured flexibility." Yes, we must be flexible and tolerant, as well as positive and affirmative. That's from the Science of Mind magazine. Again, from Dr. Ernest Holmes, keep the doorway of your mind open. Are you getting kind of a trend here? Feeling, thinking, communing with this life. Know that it fills you with light and with power. And last, again, from Dr. Ernest Holmes, there is perfect coordination in every part of my being, because the Spirit of perfection is acting in and through me. Beautiful. Ashe. Yes? And so now we're going to have our music, and they're going to give a little shout out, I think, to a few people.
Right. Couple different things. We want to shout out to our sound man back here, Rick. He came in yesterday and set this all up for us, and we could not do this without him, and I'm so thankful. So thankful for him and Laura for being part of us and coming into our midst, and thank you, Sue, for introducing them to us. And Sue has a couple of announcements about what's coming up in the future.
Yeah, we, for once, Laura and Rick will be performing here on November 26th. So we're very excited about that they're joining our musical family. And in the future, on every third Sunday, right? Mm-hmm. We want to start a song circle. Someday we'll have a choir, but not now. A song circle where with the songs that we perform in the beginning, I would love to have you stand up and join us, so know the words and be able to sing and come up here and play some percussion and just make it such a joyous...
Yep, so bring your sack lunch on the third Sunday of every month. We'll sing together, we'll have some fun, we'll learn some songs, and then eventually we can incorporate those into some of our performances. It'd be a lot of fun. And just a great time to have fellowship together and sing together. So, yeah, you want to sing with us too?
Well, is it for just adults or can kids come too?
Oh, absolutely. Kids can come too. We would love to have kids come too.
Yeah. Everything we do, we would like to have kids.
Yeah, we'd like to have the kids come and join us because it makes us feel younger, right? So yeah, just remember every third Sunday, bring your sack lunch. Let's have some fun and nothing formal, just fun and singing together, and then we'll incorporate that later. So we have a lot of great things that are coming up. Our music directors get some wonderful ideas, and we have all kinds of new things that are going to be happening in this wonderful community center, because that's what we're all about. So now we're going to do a little chant, which you can sing with us. So those are the words out there. Join in if you'd like to.
And you can bring your percussion instruments and join with us. I see this as an interactive musical experience, and all artists of every type to come and share your artistry with us.
That is a good prelude to my talk today, and I will explain that. But I was saying every letter of the chant. You know, I was really focused on, you know, the entire word and nothing else. I was literally not thinking of anything else. And then I started drifting, and I thought, I really appreciate the feeling I'm having right now, which is not really actually drifting. It is actually mindfully observing what I'm feeling, which is everything to do with also what I'm talking about today. But that was such a wonderful experience for me to not only be in the moment, but to be inspired to speak about that with that feeling that I got. It's beautiful. So thank you so much for that. That was amazing. So this month of October, we're talking about playing with paradox. Every month we have a theme in our movement, if you will. There's about 400 centers in the world, and 800 ministers did Susan say last week. And so we have these themes, and it's so cool that so many of us are giving attention to the same thing. I think that's kind of cool. And so playing with paradox is our monthly theme, and our annual theme is living out loud, which has been so fantastic all year long, I think. I am literally living out loud more than I ever have been, and as soon as I saw the annual theme, I went, yes, I'm in. So every month we've been kind of picking an area of life where we can live out loud. And October being playing with paradox, I took it to mean playing with change. Because isn't October that month that the colors change? I wore shoes for the first time this year, since summer. And when I first put them on, I went, ew. Maybe I can do a little summer outfit. But I have to get used to shoes. And so what am I doing? I'm getting used to change, and I'm embracing shoes. And that's not what my talk is about. But the title of my talk is called Change It Up. And as I said, we do use the teachings of Ernest Holmes for our classes, for our services, for everything we do. And Ernest Holmes made it so easy to do that. Because why? Because he took from all the scriptures. He took from all the teachings. He loved the Bhagavad Gita and the Vedas and the Quran. He loved the Bible. And he taught us that, oh my gosh, look, we're all saying the same thing. We're all going to the same place. So it's so easy to read and study and speak from Ernest Holmes' works because it works for everyone. And that is actually our global vision in Centers for Spiritual Living, a world that works for everyone. So Ernest Holmes says, do we not see a visible world that seems to change? Yes. And if we do, how is it that it could come from something that never changes? Yes, we do see a changing world, but back of it is a changeless substance. Spirit is changeless. You can always count on Spirit, the infinite mind, infinite life, the infinite heart, as changeless, always there, everywhere present. The thing that changes is the thought or form. The substance from which this form comes never changes. It is one and undivided, and takes form through thought in all things. We prove this when we resolve all things into one source. All material things, so-called, can be reduced into formless substance, the sole activity of which might be thought of, or the movement of intelligence upon itself. This is the macrocosm, isn't it? The microcosm is that there is something in each of us that is changeless. There is something within each one of us. The imprint of spirit, if you will, the DNA, the reason we're here, the purpose, is to experience more of that thing that is infinite love and infinite abundance and just infinite good. So the points I'm after this morning are change and changeless. Kind of what? Capitalize on change, which I love. Some people love change, not so much. Some people, like myself, if it hasn't changed in 24 hours, I'm moving on. And the third thing is change is permanent. We'll explore that a little bit. So Ernest Holmes also says, because everything changes rapidly around us, it is difficult to vision a changeless reality. This intellectual difficulty is met when we realize that change takes place within the changeless. Does this sound a little like before breakfast, maybe more coffee? I think this is so exciting because I like to know that there is something inside me, something within me that has never changed, will never change, will always be infinite love, and that is what I can experience in my life here. That's why I'm here. The ceaseless moment of life is but a necessary complement of that which does not move. It is life viewing itself in action that it may come into self-realization through fruition. There is a center in everyone that never moves. This is where we get the mantra, you are perfect, complete, whole, right where you are. And then we're human. And we make mistakes. And we fall. And we get up, and we fall. But there's something within each of us that has never been injured, never been harmed, cannot be injured, cannot be harmed. And sometimes we forget that, do we not? Sometimes we think this is all real. Oh my God, this is happening. They did that to me, right? We do this, right? We sometimes forget. And I'm going to talk about how to remember. And so it is how we create our perfect outer world from our perfect inner world. We manifest from mind. This is the science, as in religious science is science, philosophy, and religion, right? The religion is it's the world religion, right? It is that life is beautiful, perfect, complete, and whole. The religion. The science, of course, is quantum mechanics, quantum physics, and the philosophy is everything else, from the ancient Greeks to Jesus, to Buddha, to the avatars, to the wise ones, to the ancient teachings, the philosophy. You know, before anything, Thales, the first ancient Greek that we have word of, said one mind. One mind. So, we have known instinctively, intuitively. We identify as spirit, acting as spirit in life. That's how we identify. That's how I identify. I identify as a spirit of the Most High. I identify as a minister of God's work. I love my life. And I definitely desire to keep my mind stayed on spirit. I think there's a song about that. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Okay.
It's coming.
It is how we return to our inner wholeness when we are faced with outer physical challenge. When there's a disease or a diagnosis or a prognosis, that's the facts, isn't it? It's a fact. That's the facts, only the facts. But there is something bigger than facts that can manifest into form. And that is from that place within us that is whole, that we blow up into our world. Like, that's what I'm going to focus on. And of course, we know that what we focus on becomes form. It is how we complete the process of manifesting our outer world to match what is true in our inner world. It's how we build trust in our ability to change our outer experience by changing our thought process. We build this trust, right? We say, we set out like, this is how I'm going to change my life. This is what I'm going to do. This is what is happening. You say it in the now. You affirm it. You let go of all doubt, and you act as if. And it happens, and then you went, whoa. Sometimes we don't even see it. You know, it's so big. We're like, wow, that's good, that's cool. But we don't realize that we made manifest that from our inner world to our outer world. But then we start to build trust, right? I hope that's not me.
I don't think so.
Anyway, I think
There's a song in there.
are you sure that's not me?
No.
There it is. So maybe that was kind of an applause. I was on a roll, wasn't I? I was like,
Yeah.
and then it happens, and then you build trust, and then you can just like, it's not magic, but it is definitely mindful. It is not magic. When we remember that the intelligence of spirit is the intelligence we use, then self-actualization is evident. And I'm going to talk a little bit about self-actualization, which I have mentioned because I know we're all using the Maslow's hierarchical pyramid of needs. Aiming for the top, correct? Aiming for self-actualization. And I truly believe that if you really are aiming for something, you have to understand it. You know, do you ever hear a lot about something and yet you don't give attention to it? You hear about it, you see it happening to other people, but when you start to really bring it in, like, what does that mean for me personally? I think that study, what happens? Brings more self-actualization. Whatever we give attention to brings us more of that thing. So I just want to repeat again, self-actualized people have peak experiences. Have you ever had a peak experience, kind of a spiritual awakening, a numinous experience, something kind of from the transcendent realm? Like I was, oh my gosh, I don't even know how long I was out. I was in a space, I was in a zone. You know, self-actualized people actually like it there. That connection to the divine that feels like, okay, this is real. I am actually walking in partnership with something bigger than myself that I co-create my life with. It's nice to have that connection because once you open that portal, you know you have done it. You are not the same. You are not ever going to be the same, and you're never going to forget that experience. So invite it. It's delicious. They have a continued sense of appreciation for everything positive. I've actually been criticized for being positive. I literally had a family member once tell me, you always say nice things to people. And I felt like, oh dear, how can I fix that when I realized, wait a minute, that's okay, right? Ever have someone come at you like, yeah, man, and you're like, wait a minute, that's kind of an attribute. You're not jelly, are you? And then I had to say something really nice about it. I think that made her crazy. So there's a little in me.
There's a paradox. Paradox, right?
The paradox. Self-actualization involves acceptance, and we talked about that just recently. Self-love, self-acceptance. How are you doing on the self-love, self-acceptance scale? Would you say you're doing pretty good? Pretty good? Well, good job. Self-actualized individuals are often motivated by a strong sense of personal ethics and responsibility. True? True? I mean, and that helps a lot when you're looking at the world outside, doesn't it? Because sometimes our world, maybe our world sometimes seems a little topsy-turvy on that. Self-actualized people are realistic. Another major characteristic. Rather than being fearful of things that are different or unknown, the self-actualized individual can view life as it unfolds logically and rationally. I like that. Self-actualized individuals are motivated by a strong sense of independence. I love when everyone's going to the right to go to the left. Why are you laughing, Carol Moore? She knows me. She knows me. People with self-actualization value privacy. How about that? And they enjoy solitude. You know, I have been accused of being an extrovert, and I actually like my alone time very much, so that I can fill up that well, so that I can get out there and be extra. They have a philosophical sense of humor. I'm going to say I do. How about spontaneity? Not afraid to be spontaneous. They have a sense of purpose. They focus on the journey rather than the destination, yes? And they have this openness to self-transcendence, which is not in the pyramid. It's above the pyramid. It's where there's more. It's where Ernest Holmes, our teacher, would say that we are open at the top. So the second idea, capitalize on change. Ernest Holmes says there are going to be changes in our lives from hour to hour and day to day, and we cannot escape them. It is the nature of the universe. Let us accept change, make the most of it, and capitalize on it. The action of the law never changes, but the direction of the action is always up to us. Life can become a glorious adventure, increasingly filled with more of every good thing as we gradually or suddenly come to change our pattern of thinking so that it embraces more of those good things. This is our daily practice, isn't it? To watch our minds. Ernest Holmes says, let's accept change. And what would be the reason for this? What would be the reason for this is when we are using quantum mechanics and we invite an acceptance of all that is, there is an energy, a vibration. Whereas if we're resistant and afraid, there is a vibration. And we are at choice. Not only the vibration that we want to feel and experience, but what we put out. We put out, yes, we can change the world. So, what I wanted to talk about is going back to the music that we heard this morning and being in the words of the music. I had this idea that a little technology doesn't hurt when we come here on Sunday. Give me the idea and then send me home with something to do, right? Send me home with something to do. And, you know, I do my life two ways. With my mind full or mindfully. And the difference is staggering. I literally can be doing something with my mind full and not even know I'm doing it. Missing my life altogether. Kind of remembering I did that. There was an example of spaghetti. You know, eating spaghetti. You know, you can have this big dish of spaghetti, which I had last night. and you can have your cell phone right next to you. kind of checking your email, kind of checking this, maybe thinking about what am I going to do? You know, I got to get that done. I got to go and eat that whole dinner of spaghetti without ever tasting it. Mm-hmm. Have you ever done that? Mm-hmm. Or you can take that spaghetti and be in the spaghetti, like literally be in the spices and in the experience of the spaghetti. And what happens? Everything else disappears. You're literally in the spaghetti. You become the spaghetti. Mm-hmm. And what I want to say about that is that it calms me. When I have my mind full, I'm not calm. I'm not. I am revved up. And I'm not saying that we should never be there. My goodness. Multitasking, and there are times when we've got to be in a million places at once and make it all work, right? But we have to balance that. I have to balance that with letting go of everything going on in my life right now and just being in whatever is in front of me. And I love this because your mind is somewhere else, like deadlines, emails, anxiety, worries, to-do list. Or being mindful, you're focusing on what you're doing, like eating, walking, exercise, breathing, relaxing. Has anyone got a mindfulness practice where you're working maybe full-time, but you take 10 minutes sometime and just relax? Just pay attention to your breathing. And there's all kinds of health advantages to this. I think I'm singing to the choir. But here's some ideas. You know, see something special in every person you know. Like sometimes we'll walk in here and there's a lot going on. What if we walked in and just stopped and looked into the eyes of who's ever in front of us? And just notice, oh my gosh, this moment will never happen again. This person is in front of me right now. This is amazing. This is amazing. Stop looking at your phone while eating meals. Does anyone look at their phone when they're eating? Nobody does that. Okay, we have a little this going on. Feel the warm sunshine on your skin. Release stress with bath meditation. Observe your inner experience while watching a movie. That I'm going to practice. So there's a game this afternoon, 4 o'clock. Go Niners. And I have never watched my experience. I'm like popcorn. Yeah, let's go. Bosa! I mean, I don't think I've ever... Oh. You're feeling heightened. Bosa just sacked that quarterback. How does that quarterback feel? How do I feel about that? I mean, this is an amazing practice. I'm just kind of thinking of ways I could do it, right? Focus your attention on your own breathing if you can't think of anything else. Listen to the music and experience on a deep level, which is what we did this morning. Because I knew about this slide, I thought, oh, I'm just going to be in the chant. Pamper and moisturize your body with self-massage. Or get a massage. Add guided meditation into your evening or morning routine, and there are thousands of guided meditations on YouTube. Don't say you don't know how to do that. Just 10 minutes. Let some beautiful being that's recorded something take you there. It's a beautiful idea. And last but not least, then, did this make sense to anybody? Right? Do you like the idea? You know, the how-to? It's just so easy. You know, isn't it funny how the things that are easiest to us, I don't know, I seem to ignore those things. I'm up for the challenge of life and its complexities. And last, change is permanent. What do you mean by that, Ernest Holmes? Change, he says, is the only thing that is permanent. The only thing we can say of anything that looks static is, this too shall pass. If it were not so, the infinite would get caught in its own mold. God would be stopped by its own creation, and creativity would be absorbed in its creation. That's deep. That's deep. Change is the only way to self-actualization. It's the only way to live an ever-expanding life. It asks us to be accepting, and the more accepting we are about ourselves, guess what? The more we can accept others. Look at each person and situation with kindness. I mean, every situation. You know, CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, tune into kindness. Just kindness. Practice mindfulness, focusing on the present moment with acceptance. Mindfulness can help you become more aware of yourself and the world around you. Showing others empathy and compassion is important for self-actualization. And I'm talking about everyone. And I say weekly to remind myself that that thing that I started with, that thing within each one of us that's perfect, complete, and whole is the same in everyone. So I don't have to look at the person's behavior or what their differences, their energy. I can just know that I'm looking into the eyes of God, the eyes of spirit, that there is something within that person, that sentient being, that is connected to me. And if I am not mindful in the moment, I can miss it because I become full in my mind of what's wrong. Not me, I'm just talking about a friend. Imagine yourself in other people's situations. Volunteer for causes that help improve the world, which we do. We have an outreach ministry here. I really want this place, I have a vision for this place being a spiritual community center where people of like mind bring their wares here. You know, if you do mindfulness meditations, come and, you know, and we will put it in our calendar for people to come and enjoy meditation, yoga, Pilates, and, you know, exercise. Chair yoga is kind of my new thing. I'm still looking at the chair. You know, I haven't actually sat in the chair yet, but I do a lot of talking about chair yoga because I know that the more I talk about it, the more it will manifest in my life. If I believe it, I know it's good for me. I watch it as well. I'm fascinated. Like, oh, look at that girl go. She can bend. Oh, no. Okay. You know, we want this place to be a place of love and a place of growth and a place of self-actualization, don't we? And last, cultivate a sense of openness as you learn things about the world and yourself. And consider a practitioner session. If something's in the way, come to our licensed practitioners and see what can be different and what can change. Sometimes we can't see it for ourselves and we just need someone to point the way. And I'm going to leave you with this last quote from Ernest. Our lives and experiences may well be likened to a river. I love this. If we stand on the bank of a river and watch it flow by, we become aware that the river never changes, but that its content is always new. By analogy, we might say the purposeful, dynamic quality of life within us never changes. But the content of our experience of living never remains the same. Amen. Let us pray. Thank you so much. That was beautiful, lots of beautiful ideas on mindfulness. So, if there is a prayer in your heart, someone you know, yourself, the world leaders, Israel, whatever is on your mind and in your heart and feeling in your body, breathe into that right now. One thing we know for sure is that all prayers are answered. There is one power, one presence, creating all life, connecting all life in its creation. And so every sentient being connected in this one life has the power to use this one mind. It is the body of God, all creation. And yes, we have free will. And so this one life is my life. It's the life of each of us. And we are a choice always to use this one mind, to use this perfect mind, to use this expansive, infinite mind, to experience life from that place. So love and light and harmony and peace and joy, they are principles that can be experienced in life according to our choice. We can have a little bit of joy, or we can open our hearts, our minds, our bodies, our emotion to experience infinite joy. Abundance, yeah, that's all I need. Or there has never been a cosmic famine. The stars show that we can have it all, that it is ours to have and ours to share, that we feed one another, take care of one another, that we create more love from this one mind that neutralizes the free choice of war. We, one sentient being at a time, using this one mind with the conviction and the power of the Almighty, can change the world and create world peace. I declare it. I demand it. I bring it forth in my life, which means that I become this prayer of peace, which means that I cannot go to the intersection and flip somebody off and think I can create world peace. No. I promise. I do my very best to live and breathe and have my being in the principles of the Almighty, because I know it will change the world. And so I simply breathe my word into the law that always says yes. I release my word, knowing that I can take my hands off it. It is done. And together we affirm by saying, and so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Sharon. That was wonderful. I think this song, Laura and I first came to the center, and we loved Sharon, Reverend Sharon, and her message. And the song came out of that, kind of expressing that, think what you put in your mind are seeds to grow your dreams. Ask yourself what's important. Your answer will be God. Take the path on the road now, the journey of your life. Contemplate your future. Think about what you want to see. You are the great creator of your dream. Your mind is a garden. Your thoughts are the seeds. Water them with intention. You will grow your dream. Ask yourself what's important. That's what we
Think about what you want to see. You are the great creator of your dreams. Your mind is a garden. Your thoughts are the seeds. Water them with intention. You will grow your dreams. You will grow your dreams. You will grow your dreams.
Happy growing.
That's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Am I on? I think so. Okay. A couple of things I want to talk about is our website is very interactive. Please visit our website. If you have prayers that you would like our ecclesiastic team to pray on for a week, there's a place to put that on our website, and we will take care of that request. The other thing I want to talk about is our sanctuary. People may not realize that this is our fellowship hall. This is what we were able to get together first. And behind the curtain is our sanctuary to be. That's our sanctuary. This will be our fellowship hall, and it's extraordinary. It's a lot of space, a lot of excitement, and we are actually we're actually needing two things from our community: needing or inviting. Let's say inviting, and knowing that it's already done. How's that? Instead of needing, let's try that. And that is that we tithe, which is how we pay salary, how we pay our musicians. We're going to have some guest speakers coming. The next 3 months, we have one guest speaker a month, and we have chosen some extraordinary speakers. And Sarah, by the way, is coming. Sarah Nichols, Reverend Sarah, is going to come in December. So my friend Reverend D. Jacqueline Edwards is coming in November. She was a colleague in seminary with me. These are amazing people. And so we want to bring you different. We want to bring you inspiration. And we rely totally on donation. So be sure to, if you're online, which we are happy that you are, be sure to hit the donate button on our website, because you're a part of us bringing this to YouTube Live as well. And we have a long ways to go for our floors to be done so that we can move into the sanctuary. And it looks like I already have some funds from Sue, our music director, co-director, and she wants to move into the sanctuary. So she's charging us with, tithe and also give to the building fund, which is completely separate, and we can't use our tithes for the building fund. We can only use that to keep us going. So we're going to have to be doing some fun raising, and so if you have any ideas, please let us know. And I invite you to say our affirmation with us, our abundance affirmation. In consciousness of abundance, I give freely, knowing that I am freely given to. The law of circulation. The other thing that I did is I sent out a e-blast. How do you sign up for our website? How do you sign up on our database that you get our emails?
There's a place to subscribe.
Subscribe on our website.
Correct.
When you subscribe on our website, you get all of our information. You get our invitations, you get our announcements, and I did send out an e-blast showing you the catalog of classes, asking what your interests are, and I want to let you know that I got some good responses back, and that the last two classes that we have proposed have not been well attended enough to even have a class. So we want to get us back into the classroom as well. We want to know what you like, what you want to learn. We want to know if you like it online or if you like to be in person all of that, please look at that email that I sent out and let us know what feedback you could give us so that we can get started with our classes soon. So I wanted you to really pay attention to that if you would, because it takes a lot to create a class, to get here, and to host a class. And it's so delicious when there's a lot of people in the room, when we learn together, and how bonding that can be together. So that curtails my announcements. I do want to tell you that Spirit announced in me that we are going to be doing an evening of blessings in December again, now that we have our own center. So we'll be inviting the entire community to come, and practitioners from the entire region and ministers to come and offer free prayer for it. And you get to go around to all the stations and be prayed for as long as you want, and bring as many people with you and as many prayers as you want. So
that's awesome.
I'm really excited. We did that in our previous center, and it was so amazing how it blessed the halls as well. So wonderful things happen. So let's all say our affirmation for this week together. I am open to possibility as I discover multiple perspectives. And I want to invite you to enjoy our closing song after I do the benediction. And we have some food in the back. I encourage you to bring snacks to share with each other when you come. The other thing I want to let you know is that in our house blessing last week, we put our blessings in our time capsule. And some people were not here last week that we want to be a part of our time capsule. So we're going to leave it open for the entire month of October. So if you want to put your prayer in, these are the little forms, and you can come in and leave it here for me on the pulpit, and we'll get it into the time capsule, because the time capsule is sealed and has lots of screws that you have to open it with. The time capsule will be going into the sanctuary in a wall. There'll be a plaque so that we know where it is. And we will open it in 2033 when our lease needs to be renewed. So let us pray. I am so grateful for what happened here today. I know that it blesses not only everyone here, but everyone who is coming, everyone who was online to hear and join in, everyone who's been here. This is a blessing to the world. This community is a blessing to the world. And I'm so grateful for how it fills me up in my purpose as a minister of God's work. And I also appreciate and give thanks for today, a special day around the world, which is National Appreciation of Clergy Day. And so it is.
That was a little shout out, right?
And we do appreciate our ministers and our practitioners, and thank you so much. Thanks for lifting us up today. We so appreciate it.
Yeah, and I want to say next Sunday, so I guess the third Sunday, we will start to work on our song circle. Right? I got it right? And where every time we perform in the beginning of service, we want you to join in with us. So we want to practice those songs, and then also practice to join us in a service every couple of months. And we have Christmas coming up, so I have a few songs that I would like to have you join us on when we do our Christmas songs. So every third Sunday, if you want to sing, please come join us. It'll be right after service. And then also next Sunday, Sam will be here. She's the youth that we want to bring to our community, so she'll be singing. And this so far is our service song, and we've got another one in the works, but you know what this is about. Some people come for the music,
long.